Okay, so another really exciting innovation that Paul has created is a secondary snuffer line, which allows you to use the winches in your steering station to pull down the snuffer. That's really going to be life-changing for short-handed people, husband and wife couples, or if the wind gets up really strong, it'll give you that extra oomph to be able to more safely and confidently pull down the snuffer sock. Yeah.
Here is some footage of Neil and myself snuffing the Oxley in 20 to 23 knots of wind, and you can see how we're struggling at times to get the snuffer down. These are the times where the sail is billowing with wind, and then it collapses again and we're again able to pull the sail down. However, if I was on this sail alone, I would certainly prefer to have the secondary snuffer or a second person to help with that extra force to get the sail snuffed.
Tell us what you created to allow this to happen.
Alright John, with the snuffer line we tie a secondary snuffer line, which is this one in particular. We tie that with a reef knot onto the snuffer line and then just tie it off with a bowline. So as we let the sock up, this line is going up with the snuffer line and it goes up all the way, and then from the top we bring it down to the base of the mast and we find a suitable roller that it can run through. In this case we had to use the first reef roller and bring it around, and then to be able to give us the capacity to use any of the two winches, we also pulled out the filler line for the Genoa. We pull the filler line out and then pull it through the filler, so we can use either winch on this side. So whether we're an attack, on a starboard tack or a port tack, we can use our secondary snuffer line. Okay, let me demonstrate here what I would do in this case. This one is start off, so I would tie this filler line around there. That's our snuffer line that's running through the filler, and what I would do is unlock the sheet and let it out until it starts falling up at the top, and as it falls, like you would do with your hand, start pulling it down. Here we can just literally use the electric winch, and from here, let out from here and stand that side and just bring down the sail. We will demonstrate it later when we actually do it.
That's great, thank you. We're now going to demonstrate the secondary snuffer line being used in real life. The engine goes on, only one engine in this case because the wind's not very strong. If it was strong winds we would do two engines. So the secondary snuffer line goes around the winch that's not being used.
Always make sure your line around your winch is not falling over.
The sheet goes out. Just looking for the folding in of it. It's folding. Well done.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Turn the engine off. So in fact you could do this if you were jibing as well, because the sail is under control. Probably pull it down a little bit lower with the manual snuffer. There's no force in the sail at the moment, so it'll come down really easily. But then you can untie the two sheets and rerun them for the jibe. So you can see how quick that was, and that would be done in say 10 minutes in order to organize the lines both before you start and then after you finish. So this is the first test, pulling down the snuffer using a winch with the a spare snuffer line run from the bottom of the snuffer ring to the base of the mast and back to the helm station.
Biggest forces to pull the snuffer down are needed at the top of the sail, and once you start getting movement and the sail collapses, the force is much less. The person on the manual downhaul could probably take over the descent when the sail is only 1/3 snuffed. However, if you continue using the snuffer, you do need to use the manual downhaul to pull the sail down towards the trampoline and not let it collapse against the mast like it did on this descent. This was our first attempt and you can see we were just learning how to do it. The person that's controlling the secondary snuffer line at the helm station also needs to know to let the secondary snuffer out in order to pull the sail down the last few meters onto the trampoline as well, because the secondary snuffer line will stop it coming down that far. You could probably control it from here with the secondary snuffer too, couldn't you?
Yes.
There is a bit of extra work running the line, but once it's up there, and if you're doing long passages, it is an absolute godsend. It really takes away all the anxiety of snuffing the sail if you're in a situation where the wind speeds are increasing, so it creates wonderful peace of mind. The other interesting point is that you only need to run the snuffer on one side, because you can douse the sail on either tack using the secondary snuffer line on the one side of the mast, so don't have to run it through different lines if you're going to be doing this process. So this secondary snuffer line is really a game changer for making the drop of the Oxley easy, whether you're short-handed or even if you've got full crew. We hope this video was useful to you all, and if people want more information about the practicalities of using an Oxley sail, or if you're looking to purchase one, contact Paul Badenhurst on his Facebook page and he will give you direct, immediate and comprehensive support. All the best guys, and hopefully that was useful for you all. See you barefoot and out on the water.